Weak in the market, 9-4 out to 11-4. Ilnamar bidding to overcome a massive absence for the Martin Pipe Yard. Was a 7-2 chance. It was 7-1 by the top three. Fascinating race.
Racing then for the Coloroll hurdle race, registered at the Ascot hurdle, a Grade 2 contest, and the only one who wanted to lead is clearly Keep the Dream Alive. Shades of the old Dino's Beano Barracuda races down the road at Ascot, as Keep the Dream Alive has gone a long way clear in the early strides over Ilnamar in second place. Back in third is Now Amise. Trouble at Bay in fourth place. At this stage, Caracciolo and the big guns, Monet's Garden and Munker Hostin, are prepared to post the leader. A pretty big start. Point being, Keep the Dream Alive isn't hurtling along in front. The other six are just inclined to ride hold-up races at the moment, and Keep the Dream Alive has effectively been handed a 25 to 30 length advantage. Still a long, long way to go. And in second place, Ilnamar toes up the main group with 3 lengths back in third place to Now Amise. In fourth is Trouble at Bay. Caracciolo is in fifth place, and still Munker Hostin and Monet's Garden at the back of the field. So Gray's front and back. Keep the Dream Alive begins the turn back towards the home straight for the first time. Keep the Dream Alive by about 25 lengths on the approach towards the second. From Ilnamar in second place. Leader runs down that flight of hurdles. Ilnamar takes it rather more fluently. Good jump by Monet's Garden back in the field. And Munker Hostin just taking a pretty keen hold now, and the pace has slackened in the sense that Keep the Dream Alive hasn't pressed on with the advantage handed at the start. Indeed, if anything, it's just been whittled away slightly to the tune of about 12 to 15 lengths now by Ilnamar in second place. Several in the chasing group are racing keenly, notably Munker Hostin on the outside in the pink and yellow jacket. On the outer of Now Amise, Trouble at Bay, Caracciolo and Monet's Garden. Once again, Keep the Dream Alive just takes an extra stride on the approach to that flight, puts himself right by going out to the right. He's just inclined to hang that way as they race on towards flight number 4. Keep the Dream Alive has been clear since flagfall and is going to rise at the fourth, about 20 lengths clear. See if it once again just runs down this flight of hurdles, putting an extra stride. Comfort Blanket seems to be to go out to the right to put himself right. And Ben Hitchcock has a look round, may well be surprised at the advantage he has, despite just lobbing along. Is 20 lengths in advance of Ilnamar from Now Amise, Trouble at Bay, Caracciolo, Monet's Garden and Munker Hostin. So setting out for this Coloroll hurdle race, Grade 2 contest, race 10 in the Order of Merit series, which if Munker Hostin wins this race this afternoon, will move him alongside Peruse at the head of the charts. And Keep the Dream Alive is 12 lengths clear from Ilnamar as they head on towards the next flight. Now Amise is 2 lengths back in third, a length in fourth to Trouble at Bay, then Caracciolo, Monet's Garden and Munker Hostin. Racing on then towards the next flight of hurdles. It's number 5, Keep the Dream Alive. Every time he spies a flight, his head goes to one side, he runs down the flight, takes it enthusiastically, but unfortunately he's not going from A to B by the fastest route, and so is losing ground at the obstacles, and is only now about 10 lengths clear. From Ilnamar in second, Trouble at Bay, Monet's Garden, the grey on the outside of the blue colours of Now Amise, Munker Hostin and Caracciolo are still towards the back, and it's a tactical race for the 6 that are pursuing the leader. And Keep the Dream Alive, unfortunately for him, his jumping becoming more and more pronounced out to the right, and that's rather forfeiting the advantage he was handed a circuit ago. So Keep the Dream Alive by about 10 lengths now from Trouble at Bay and Ilnamar. Munker Hostin still racing very keenly. Now Amise next, Monet's Garden, Caracciolo, and the pursuing 6 are now covered by only about 2 lengths, and they're beginning to bear down now on Keep the Dream Alive as they race on towards the 4th last flight of hurdles, still with 3/4 of a mile to run in the Coloroll hurdle. And out in front is Keep the Dream Alive. They're massing in behind to challenge. Now Amise, the blue colours, is on the outside of Ilnamar. Blue jacket with the maroon cap, Trouble at Bay. Monet's Garden is the grey, who jumps up between horses there, with Munker Hostin, who's in danger of being posted wide round the final turn. Is going to be 4 deep round the bend, with Caracciolo right up against the rails, charting a rather less extravagant course. So on the turn back towards home, Keep the Dream Alive. Ben Hitchcock now has a look to see where they are, and they're right on top of him. In second place is Trouble at Bay with Ilnamar. Still very tightly grouped in behind. Monet's Garden's just the back marker, but now be no more than 4 lengths off the lead. Still all to play for. Been a pretty steadily run race to this point, and several are still travelling fluently. Munker Hostin will be wide into the straight. The grey Monet's Garden is also now just being nudged along to improve. So they fan out, and it's going to turn into a dash over the final 3 flights. Ilnamar travels strongly. Keep the Dream Alive jumps out to the right and falls. Keep the Dream Alive landed skew whiff. Munker Hostin comes next. Monet's Garden improves. Caracciolo is the first one to be caught flat-footed, and it has developed into a sprint. Trouble at Bay bidding to lead it out on the approach towards the second last. Munker Hostin the far side, the near side, the grey Monet's Garden. Ilnamar is now ridden along, and these 4 have forged away from Now Amise, racing towards the second last, just about 4 in line. Trouble at Bay, Monet's Garden paddles his way through it. Then Ilnamar, Munker Hostin on the far side. It's Trouble at Bay who's quickened up best despite wandering on the approach to the last. Is 3 lengths clear. Monet Monet's Garden is now, however, beginning to close the gap on the run to the last. Trouble at bay with Monet's Garden. Monka Austin draws alongside. Monet's Garden over the last two clear. Trouble at bay now faltering. Monka Austin back in third. The grey Monet's Garden by 3 lengths. Monka Austin digging in, trying hard to come after the leader, but has too much leeway to make up. And up towards the line, the Northern Raider, Monet's Garden, will win the Coloroll hurdle by 5 lengths. Monka Austin second, tight for third between Trouble at Bay and Ilnamar, now Amise and Caracciolo.
Monet's Garden quoted at anywhere from 10 to 1 with the sponsors to as big as 16 to 1 for the Ladbrokes. I can't even remember the name of it now. World Hurdle, I think they call it the Stayers Hurdle, as it used to be known. 6 Monet's Garden, 11 to 4 second favourite. The winner, 1 Monka Austin, 9 to 4 favourite was